You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon.
Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated leprechauns. This is Last Night's Coffee. Irish. St. Patrick's Day edition. Episode 188.
Happy St. Patty's Day, Chucker.
That's John. And we had a great cold opening a while ago, and our producer, what should we call our producer? David? Producer David?
Dwayne.
That's right. Producer Dwayne forgot to hit record.
Yeah, Dwayne forgot to hit it, man.
Wanathan,
dude.
Our producer, Wanathan, forgot to hit record.
Yeah, he does that sometimes, man.
And
the show gets carried away. I was just so excited, man. I was so excited. We have a great show ahead of us, man. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm really digging my shirt, man. Let me get that thing.
Dude, look at that. Yeah, we got to get into this weekend review because it's going to go hard and long.
That's what she said. How you feeling on the St. Patrick's Day, though, man? How you feeling? You feeling Irish today?
I'm feeling kind of Irish, you know.
A little extra Irish?
I don't know. Paul claims we got some Irish in us.
Well, I
think it's because we got freckles and his beard's kind of got a red tint to it. So he's like, we got Irish in us. I don't know if he's actually done the research or not.
Well, your beard has a little bit of red tint in it too, I think, man. After all this time seeing you on camera, I feel like yours has at times a little shade of red.
It depends on how that light hits me.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Is that what it is? Light in there. Look at that. There's little shades of red in there.
Yeah, and God
but
said,
I'm not like a ginger. I'm not like Ginger.
Yeah.
I'm not I got a cousin that's a ginger. I got two cousins. Look, you know they say gingers are going away, right?
Is that what they say?
They say they're going extinct.
Oh man, no one's digging the gingers anymore. No one's breeding with them.
No, they're breeding with them, but like I've got two cousins. They would both fall into the ginger. They're both males, so they're anyway. They both are in the redhead family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're both in that ginger family. When you go to the beach, they're slathering.
Oh, for sure.
You know, they put that stuff that turns white on them.
Yeah, they got freckles all over.
Yeah. But none of their kids are gingers.
Whoa.
They did not produce one.
It's something in the water, man.
Yeah.
The government is taking the ginger out of the country. They're still persecuting the Irish. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, man. I'm a little Scotch Irish. I did one of those 23andMe, and I've got like a good bit of Scottish and a good bit of Irish. Mostly English, though. I will say that.
Well, so you were a slave. Your people were slaves.
My people were the indentured servants, sir.
Oh, excuse me. Let's use the correct terminology.
Yes, my people were indentured servants. They were worth nothing, not even worth trading.
Yeah. The Scotch Irish were such bad slaves that once they got over here, nobody would buy them.
Look, man, potatoes are like one of the easiest things to grow and eat, and like they had potato famines. Like they just didn't want to work the fields. I'm starting to think there was part of it that was just straight up like bad. They were just bad at life. Yeah, they just wanted to drink.
You know, it's odd that they didn't come up with vodka.
I mean, Russians did, so. You have Irish whiskey.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Do you like a Scotch? Do you prefer a Scotch?
I had Scotch one time.
One time. How did you do with it?
I did not like it. I was not a fan. I was like, why do people drink this? Like, there's so many other good American bourbons.
Yeah.
Whiskeys. Why would you go in and on purpose order a Scotch?
Well, like I guess you wouldn't live up to your Peaky Blinders meme last week. Then the AI Chuck would definitely be drinking Scotch.
No, that was AI Chuck would have. He would have been drinking like that. Joker is drinking some Pappy Van Winkle.
He's got the money.
He look at him. Look at him. He's got the
Yeah,
money,
that's
man.
true. That's true.
That hat showed it.
If
He's
you guys
drinking
are,
that.
if you guys don't keep up here, we had a meme of the week last week. We had several, but one of them was AI Chuck back in Prohibition era,
Yeah,
and it was awesome. You should go check it out.
yeah, it was pretty cool. That's a good callback. So yeah, let's get into this weekend review because you
Let's
had
do it.
a blast. I only had really one event that I want to talk about
Okay, let's
on
do it.
mine.
Let's talk about your event, man. What happened with you?
So we had that storm.
Hmm.
So they thought it was going to kill us all. I mean, the way the news was talking, we were all going to be. Georgia was going to be dead.
Yes.
All of
Mhm.
Georgia. There
All of
was
it.
no, and I'm like, man, it's just freaking March storm. But tornadoes everywhere. It's like it's gonna be like Sharknado times 10, just tornadoes out of control in
Right.
in whatever.
Right.
And I didn't want a limb to fall on my new truck,
So what did you
so
do with your truck?
I parked it up at Dad's,
Okay.
and we had to pull a late night Saturday night working on the race car, and I had my keys in my pocket, and my truck alarm was going off. Like Charlie's like, "There's a car alarm going off out here," and I'm like, "Okay," and I clicked my keys in. But anyway, evidently I'd hit that button that lets the windows down too,
Oh no.
and I didn't go check it.
Oh no.
So
The new truck got a bath?
the new truck got a bad. They were only about halfway down.
Ugh.
Yeah. Good thing is I got seat covers on that are waterproof, and I've got a rubber floor mat.
How did it go? What's the damage? Any damage?
No damage. I think it's okay.
Oh, praise God,
So
man. Did you
far,
shop
nothing
back
is.
the door panels and stuff? Did you have puddles in there?
I had a puddle in one of the door panels. So
Okay.
I mean, I was a little bit upset. I was like,
Yeah.
"What the heck, dude?"
Yeah,
So
man.
guess what? I did first thing after I got it back down to the house and dried it out.
What?
I turned that option off.
Yeah.
Dude, I've waited for
Life
years.
lesson learned.
So mom and dad got their Pathfinder like '07,
Yeah.
and it had the power windows, from the button. And I'm like, man, I want one of them vehicles so bad. I've had
Just
it for a month now, and I've already turned that option off.
dude, it is a life lesson learned, man.
Yes.
That
That's
happens,
about the
bro.
most. I got stuck in freaking McDonough.
Oh,
When I
traffic,
say
right?
stuck, dude, I went one way. I'm like, I'm gonna go this way. I'm tired of trying to go this way, so I'm gonna go this way and just come home the back way. Train with 3 cars decided to park on the track
Oh
just
no.
far enough to keep the gates down.
Just park on there?
Yeah, I guess they were switching tracks or something.
Oh
So then I
man.
turn around and I meet a fire truck and a freaking ambulance coming down through. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna make it through there either, dude.
Nope.
And then I get to the other end of that same road and I had to wait again. Oh, my fuel light come on. So then I'm like, well, daggum, I'm gonna freaking die over here. And all this time I'm hungry, and I can't just run to the gas station and get something,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
That just
know.
makes things so much worse, doesn't it?
So I survived.
Praise
I
God.
survived, and I had a
Praise God.
low country bowl Saturday night, and that was
Oh
okay.
man. You
Maybe
cheated
that's
on Captain D's. You did your own seafood.
well, they don't. I can't eat their food right now,
Oh, that's
but
true.
so and again. So the last one I made, maybe I was like, not enough seasoning. So
Okay.
I made this one. I put a ton of seasoning in it. I thought.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it could still use more.
What?
So I'm like, okay, I got you. Next time you're gonna tell me to not put as much in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Did she like it?
she ate 3 shrimp, I think.
Oh man.
She ate mostly the vegetables, which is kind of weird. That's how this is working out right now.
Weird.
Yeah.
So she's not going carnivore.
No,
Safe to say.
no. But dude, you had the trip of a lifetime. Well,
Yes.
you had. Oh, let's say you had a great 3-day weekend of a lifetime.
Yeah, I did,
Like,
man.
like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. We got we got a nice little treat. We went to a cabin for a few days in the mountains up near Morganton,
Yeah,
just outside of Morganton. We were actually in like Union County. Um,
I've seen those tags before.
yeah, technically in Union County, which is right next to Fannin County, which is where Morganton is. But anyway, it's all the same, right? We were right next to Tanktown, USA. If anybody knows where Tanktown, USA is, that is where I was. Less than half a mile from there.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah, that place is awesome. We didn't get to go there this week, but such is life. But yeah, man, went up there for the weekend, had the pool set up. It was supposed to be heated. It kind of worked, kind of didn't. Had the hot tub set up, had had the works, dude. Had the nice mountain cabin feel. It was great, man. We had a really, really good time. Unfortunately, our youngest, Leah, came down with the flu right before we left. Now, I wanted to stay behind with her and just
Y'all made
bail
her
out.
stay at home?
Huh?
Y'all made her stay at home?
No, I wanted to,
Oh,
but she was like throwing a fit. She was like, "I don't care if I'm sick. I'll be by myself in my room and then do my own things on my own time." She was like, "Can we please go? Please go, please go." And so I caved. We all went. We drug her along, little sick little Leah. And had a great time, man. Had a really, really good time, Chucker. Got some relaxation. Uh, stayed up late watching Dateline, normal vacation
nice,
stuff.
nice. Did you find yourself watching stuff on vacation that you wouldn't normally watch?
Yeah, watched a good bit of Cops until they started getting to sex in public and the kids were out there, so we had to change it. We could watch the meth heads running from them, but we couldn't watch the prostitution.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, on the way home, we got to stop by Expedition Bigfoot, dude, which is one of my lifelong dreams, especially ever since we talked about it on the podcast. I guess it's been 2-3 years ago now when you went.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I've really wanted to go check this place out, and I finally got the opportunity, man. Me and the kids went in there, had an absolute blast, dude. They've got the works. First of all, their logo is gnarly. Check that
Yeah,
thing
the
out,
logo
man.
is awesome.
You know what I'm saying? That thing rocks. And yeah, the kids were loving it. They loved all the statues. They had a Bigfoot scalp there. They've got Bigfoot poop. They've got we listened to all the noises. They've got this scene set up in there where they describe like a Bigfoot encounter, and
Yeah.
we listened to that and loved it, dude. The kids loved it. They were like, wait, Bigfoot could be Yeti too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what some people think, baby.
Yeah, like it's all like the same.
Yeah.
It's a cryptid.
Yep. My wife did not go inside, so of course I had to get her some socks that said Bigfoot does not believe in you either. And
Yeah.
I spent a ton of money in the gift shop because I loved the museum. I highly recommend it. I mean, just know that it's as cheesy as it gets. Go in there with that expectation, but you'll love it.
It's done very well for it to be that cheap. Like
Well.
Those people believe in Bigfoot.
Dude, they were loving it, man. My one little girl, Lana, she got a stuffed Bigfoot, man. So now she's sleeping with a Bigfoot.
Y'all need to watch Harry and the Hendersons.
We probably will.
I think that would be good. They're at that age where that movie would be just scary enough for them to be like, oh no. But at the same time, they'll have a healthy appreciation for Sasquatches after that.
That's true. They did watch a little bit of the cartoon that they have, like this little theater. I don't know if you saw it when you were there. They have like this little theater set up with a cartoon playing. And my kids watched that for a little bit, but they were kind of more enthralled with like the audio, with the listening to the story. They got really wrapped into that because it like took them a minute and they wanted to figure out like this huge scene that they have set up out there. They just wanted to figure it out, and then listening to the screams and the roars and the this and the that. And then I was showing them the Bigfoot calling contest.
Dude, that's so funny.
And stuff. And yeah, we just had a really good time, man. I love to let my imagination run wild. And that's what I got a chance to do there at the world's largest Bigfoot museum, Expedition Bigfoot. Highly recommend that.
Highly recommend. They ought to be a sponsor on the show as much as we talk about it.
They really should, man.
Did you see the Elkins Creek cast?
I went in there trying to find that particular cast. I did not. Well, no, it was from 1973, right? I may have seen it.
I think it was somewhere in there.
Wasn't it in the 70s?
Maybe.
I remember seeing the date of 70s. Anyway, I saw all kinds of footprint castings, man. They have everything.
What do you think about that? How are they doing that? How are they doing that, John?
Man. How are they doing the pictures and the videos and the costumes and you know what I mean? Like, how does it all happen?
It's Wookiees.
Interdimensional demons, brother.
Interdimensional
demons.
Well, man, I'm glad that you had fun, man. Did you eat any good food? Did y'all go out to eat anywhere?
Brother, we did not go out to eat, but the first night we got there, we cooked like 6 pounds of filet.
Good Lord.
Literally a humongous Costco package of steak fillets.
Yeah.
And I ate on that all weekend, just bare-handing fillets, bro. Just carrying them around in my hand, just
Dude, you went full carnivore, like caveman up there, dude. It's awesome, right?
You know how fillets bite and like so easy. I've never tried to just like straight up bite a fillet. I always cut it, and it cuts super easy. So I was like, wait a second, I need to pick this thing up. You know what I mean? So I just picked that thing up and ate it. And so yeah, I was eating fillets all weekend. I ate great, brother. Man, I ate absolutely great. I felt like a king, man. What was it, Sunday morning, I was sitting in the hot tub just kind of reflecting and thankful, of course, that we were safe through the storm. Just like you said, there was supposed to be destruction and devastation everywhere, but
now y'all got it pretty rough up there for a minute.
We did have to shelter one time at like 9 o'clock because there was a tornado warning nearby, or 9:30 maybe. I can't remember. It was very, very early on in the storm. There was a tornado warning close by. But other than that, we were okay, man. I mean, we slept on the couch, which was downstairs on Saturday night. So, Saturday night was a little restless night. So, it is what it is.
How was that wind whipping through the valley?
Oh, dude. So the trees were like bent over sideways. And of course, the wives are freaking out. And
y'all are like,
I was just like, look, the mountains are used to this. This is the mountains. These things get wind coming over them and going down them and through them and all that stuff in the valley. So yeah, this is nothing new to these pine trees. The
wind strengthens the roots.
I bet it does.
You get them wiggling around like that, and then they can grow in a little bit deeper.
Yeah, and man.
You get your roots in deeper.
That's on my list of things today, is rooting a few plants, man.
Okay. Well,
root a few.
Man, I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
We got to talk about something.
All right.
I'm working on being an ex-fat.
Yes, you are, man. I had a little carnivore diet, but you're really doing the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
And you are shedding the pounds, brother. And you are working on being an ex-fat. That's so true. How does that feel? What does that make you think about? What's on the docket? Do you have something you want to do when you fully consider yourself ex-fat?
Yeah, I want to bungee jump again.
Bungee jump. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, imagine I lose all this weight and get to my goal weight and I die bungee jumping the first time. Like a month into being that size.
You'd look good in that pine box, brother.
I'd be a whole lot,
I'd be able to carry you after that.
Yeah.
I'd be able to be a pallbearer after that.
But no, I don't want to, I'm going to be cremated, so I don't want to be so fat I cause a grease fire.
Oh man, that's true. That's true, man.
But see, that brings me to another question. If I'm an ex-fat,
Yeah, no more Wagyu Chuck.
no more Wagyu Chuck, can I make fat jokes still
Ooh,
as an ex-fat?
well, it's kind of like been there, done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when I was fat. Yeah, I couldn't do that either.
Yeah, man, you can totally pick on the fats after that.
Oh, I can still pick on the fats after.
I think if you, yeah, man, if you're an ex-fat, you
If
can
you're
pick on the
an
fats.
so once you're a fat, you have the whether you stay a fat or you're not a fat anymore, you still
Yeah,
get to pick on fat.
yeah, I can't pick on fats.
Right, you can't pick on fat. If you pick on fat, it looks mean
That's so stupid.
because
Yeah,
it don't
it's
matter
really
what you eat, you don't retain it.
not at all. Nothing. I burn everything that goes in my body. Everything.
Right.
It's all just gobbled up, man. So I can't make fat jokes. That's so rude of me. You know what I
Right.
mean? That would be mean. Like even if it's in a joking manner, I can't do it.
But if someone who did not know me as a fat
Mhm.
heard me make a fat joke, would that be considered rude?
Well, I think your punchline is showing like excess skin.
Oh,
I think your punchline is like
okay.
hanging a little skin out the side of your
Be
shirt. You know what
like
I'm saying?
pull this flap out and just
And I
let it.
can say
I
this
don't think
because
I'm gonna have flaps, John. My skin's kind of still
is
pretty
it toning
elastic.
up with you?
I mean, yeah, yeah.
It's going to tone up with you? I hope so,
Like
man.
the other day, I got this little spot right here, but it's getting smaller. Like it's
Yeah.
tightening it back up.
Well, I think if you get X fat, you'll at least have some kind of like stretch marks or something. Like you can do
Yeah,
like a little like exposure or like a arm flap. Like
yeah.
you
I'm
may
gonna
have a
have
slight little arm flap.
if I get arm flaps, I'm gonna have to go like hit the curls.
Yeah.
It's like why does Chuck have massive arms? It's like because he's trying to hide the bat flaps. But yeah, so well, I don't have a lot of fat. Like I don't have fat on my arms. All my fat is around
That's
the
true.
midsection and in my face.
That's true. Yeah,
So
like a real man.
yeah, just
Like
a
a
lot
real
of
man.
it.
You carry it where a real man carries it.
But I don't know, man. I'm kind of worried about that. I guess we'll just have to see.
The X fat jokes are going to be great. I think you're cocked and ready, dude. I think
As
you're
an
cocked loaded and ready to go, man.
as an ex-fat, I agree.
Yeah. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to hear the X fat
But
jokes.
I'm down to 304.
304. Woo, woo, woo. That's 16 pounds down. Count them up.
For some reason, so I'm following that app
Mm-hmm.
and it has me get on the scales. It tells me just weigh this day. And for the last 3 days in a row, it's had me weigh. And the first day of those 3 days, it was 303.8, and now it's kind of like 304 even.
Okay. That's not a big deal, though.
No, that's not
That's not a
much.
huge deal.
So,
Not a deal breaker.
I'm working on it, and I hope I hadn't plateaued or something because I'm so freaking close to being under 300,
Mm-hmm.
and it's driving me nuts not getting down there yet.
Well, I think, I know it's going to be hard with the racing season kicking up, but dude, if you can manage to work your way into the gym a little bit, or that bike riding,
Yeah, I'm gonna get me a bike. I would have looked at one this weekend, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna take to the racetrack to eat.
Oh, good
I
point,
guess I'm
man.
just gonna have to load up with beef jerky and cheese in the cooler.
Jerky. Oh,
You
you can do it.
So
You can do it. Water and jerky.
yay.
So, do we have any special plans for this St. Patty's Day, man? Do we want to shift gears? Are you ready to shift gears? Do we have any special plans? Yeah, my Bigfoot shirt is a little bit green, man. I was happy about that. Now, we got that storm. Did we get that storm because of the Ides of March?
I believe so.
We did not observe it.
Nobody warned us this year of the Ides of March.
Right.
We
didn't
even
get a
forgot
fair
on the
warning.
show. We usually warn everybody the show before the Ides of March to beware.
Yeah, beware.
But we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball.
Or I also have another theory. Was it to prepare us for Austin 316?
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
that's a good question.
316 was yesterday, dude. Stone Cold
Yeah.
Steve Austin. He might come stunning some people.
Dude, March is such a good month for puns like this.
It really, yeah, it's not bad, right?
It's like one of the best ones. Then you got, next year you got 427 day, the engine, and you got 429 day after that.
That's right.
Two of the best engines some people say Ford's ever made.
That's true.
Some people say that.
Some people say that. You're turning into a Ford guy, aren't you?
As
You're going to be a
ex,
Ford guy.
dude, I found myself looking at Mustangs on Marketplace for some reason.
Oh my gosh. You're for real going to be an ex bow tie.
Nah.
You're going to be an ex bow tie.
People be like, he used to be fat and drive a Chevy. Then he bought a Ford. Now look at him.
Now look at him. Dude, that is great. That's great. What a marketing ad, man. You need to document this. You need to document the day you bought your Ford. Like
the weight and then just down,
Yes.
look down.
Absolutely, man. This is going to be great. This is going to be great, man. Now, those astronauts were probably losing some weight up there in the ISS. They're everything degrades up there in
I think
space.
definitely some muscle mass for sure, dude.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we've brought it up a few times on the show, so I just wanted to mention the fact that SpaceX's mission, their rescue mission, is supposed to land tomorrow. I know they ran into a few complications. They actually sent up replacements to replace these people for some reason. I'm not.
Why did they need to
sure.
replace them?
I don't know. That was my exact thought. If they were only up there for 8 days. I don't know if there's limited space or what. I don't know. But yeah, they're supposed to. Those astronauts that have been stranded up there for months now at this point are supposed to be coming home tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Dude, they're gonna be so sick.
I wonder what their view of the blood moon looked like. Do they get a blood moon on the ISS?
No. I'm just gonna say no. Because I think that's something that you can only observe from Earth. You know what I mean?
I feel like it is, man. I feel like it's some sort of optical illusion or something like that.
It's always dark up there, dude.
Well,
Dude.
of course, we do know that it's
Okay.
quite possibly a projection. So
Check this out. They're up there, right? In the
Mhm.
ISS.
Mhm.
The sun is in space, yet they are in darkness.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Like the sun is shooting at them all the time, yet they are in darkness. That's wild, dude.
Well, that's one of the weird things that scientists have pondered from like the beginning of time is if stars are everywhere and suns are everywhere, why is space black?
Because there's nothing there's no prism to reflect it, such as our atmosphere.
Right, but I mean, yeah. But like if there's light everywhere and all these light emitting objects, why is it black? It's so it's kind of an odd thing, right?
It is odd. I'm not saying it ain't odd, but I think we know the reason now is the prism effect of the atmosphere.
Ooh, look at you, dude.
Hey, I've got Dark Side of the Moon, dude. I've got the album. I understand how a prism works.
On shrooms? Have you listened to it on shrooms? Watching Alice in Wonderland? Alice in Chains.
Dude, it's not Alice in Wonderland to listen to Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, that's right.
It's freaking the one with Dorothy in it. And the witch and
the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. I was getting there.
There's something with there is something with that though. I forget what it is. There's something with Alice in Wonderland too. I forget. I'll have to look that up.
But
yeah, man. So it was a great weekend. We've got a great St. Patty's Day ahead of us. We both got to go to work. I know we're so excited about that.
Yay.
If you're Irish, have one for us.
If you're Irish, do you get a day off?
Me.
Dude, we need
you get Tuesday off.
Yeah.
You get the day after.
So what's your required movie tonight to watch? Boondock Saints?
That's a good one, man. That's a really good one, actually.
Or
Maybe.
Rudy.
Rudy is very Irish.
Rudy, that movie's a lie.
It is a lie.
Who is it that plays Rudy?
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin sits on a throne of lies.
He's built his career off of lies. But that's what all actors do.
Yeah, but Rudy's a freaking... Rudy wasn't near as likable as Sean Astin's Rudy.
Yeah.
Let's take an ad break before we ruin someone's childhood.
Let's do it.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. Doge update. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Another one.
You ready for the grand total? Can
I
I get a
am.
drum roll, please? $115 billion.
Now, I want to make something real clear. To the people who think that Elon is doing this, I don't know,
On a whim?
on a whim, he's not.
No,
And I also want to point out that no one has ever called Elon dumb. So if this guy points out flaws, they're probably flaws.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, sir, and all of your helpers or your cronies. They're
your
called.
cronies, your nerd brigade.
We appreciate your service.
Are you ready for the savings per taxpayer?
Yeah, go ahead. Lay it on me.
$714.29.
Whoa, dude.
By the end of this year, I predict that it will be below what I paid in taxes last year.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible, man. That's absolutely incredible. Those numbers are insane.
Yeah, it's
You think we're going to get a rebate check?
right now the Doge tractor. Let's see. Will President Trump take executive action to issue a Doge dividend check to the American people? Right now it's 23% odds, but it's climbing. Current prediction markets suggest a low probability of Doge dividend being issued. We have something new to talk about with Doge.
Okay.
This is on the Doge tracker, doge-tracker.com, that we have talked about many times, that we look at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yep.
Just to see how things are going. There's state level Doge going on now.
Yes.
And they have a map. So you can click on your state and see if they're doing it yet. There's only a handful of states that's either started it or reviewing to do it.
So we've got different states adopting it, though, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Our state is working on it, Georgia. They're calling it the Red Tape Rollback Act of 2025.
Yeah. I got to watch a little bit about this on Georgia, and I saw some of the representatives pretty angry.
Well, they should be, because they're about to get ousted for what they do, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's a lot of concern. Unfortunately, the concerns they bring up are not the cuts that are going to be made. You know, they like to bring up concerns about educating children. They like to bring up concerns about food and subsidy programs and things like that. Those won't be affected.
Right. The daggum lottery pays for our education system, for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
what we're talking about is some of these useless spendings of monies.
Right, right. And I don't know. I didn't get to, obviously I haven't read the proposed bill yet, and who knows what the House of Representatives in Georgia will do with it. But I haven't gotten to read it. But I don't know if it's going to include removal of jobs, right? I don't even know if that's on the docket. I don't know if they're trying to chop those or not.
I think what they want to do is just go through and look at everything,
Right.
expose everything.
Sure.
That's more of what Doge is about.
Yeah, I'd rather see it. Let me
See
let
it,
me know.
show us what we're spending our money on.
hmm
You
And
know,
one of the things in the Georgia bill that I will say is that they have it written in there to get the public's opinion on some of this stuff that they do find.
yeah,
And I think that's very important. Let's
yeah,
hear from the public first before we chop or proceed with it, whatever. Let's hear
yeah.
from the public.
The Georgia version is not as chopping block style as
hmm
the federal version,
Right.
but there is a lot of red tape
Yeah, for sure.
that businesses have to jump through,
For
that
sure.
individuals have to jump through. Um, there's the government. The government is not initially to be your nanny. It's not your nanny.
No,
Okay,
not supposed to be.
the school system is not supposed to be what it has become,
Nope.
which is a 24-hour or in a 6.5 hour a day daycare
Yep.
that's funded by us, the taxpayers.
Right.
Um,
Not what it's supposed to be.
you know, kids, the the book style, classroom style learning
hmm
probably would have probably worked at one time. I'm not saying it don't, and it don't work now, but it don't work for everybody. And just to throw everybody in a pool and say swim,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that's what they do.
Right. Absolutely.
They throw everybody in the classroom, so they throw everybody in a pool,
hmm
and they're going. There's a teacher standing on the side,
hmm
going, "Okay, pull your arms, pull your pull your arms back, kick, kick."
Yeah.
Well, some kids go, "Okay, I can do this,"
Yeah.
but they're all in the deep end right now, and some of them might need that shallow end to kind of figure out how to tread water in.
For sure. I think the point you're getting at is there's a lot of different learning styles, right? And to
Yeah,
expect every kid to be able to sit down, shut up, read this book and learn from it, or listen to this PowerPoint presentation from the teacher or whatever, overhead projector presentation, like,
yeah,
come on, man, let's be real about this. Some kids don't learn that way. And I think you and I both know that the education was set up this way to get people accommodated to an 8-hour workday, right? It's to
yes,
get these kids acclimated to, several hours of work, a lunch break, several hours of work, you go home.
right,
Like, it's to get everybody into this rhythm. This is
yep,
what your life is going to be like. And it's so sad because, not everybody marches to that beat, brother. Not
no,
everybody learns that way. Not everybody works that way. There's plenty of people who make a living who don't have to go to work and punch a clock and take a lunch
right.
break and do this. Lots of people aren't designed for that type of work.
They never explained to me that what a venture capitalist was in school.
Right, right. That was,
I mean, think about it.
yeah,
Think about it. If somebody would have sat down in school and said, "Look, we've got an elective, and you're going to be a venture capitalist in this elective, and
yeah.
you're going to learn how to take money, fake money, of course,
hmm
invest it into something, and see how that turns out over the course of this class,
hmm
and then that teaches you how to use your money."
Mm,
That wasn't an option.
right,
But
right.
they sure didn't mind sending me to home ec and trying to teach me how to sew.
Exactly,
Why do
exactly.
I need to take home economics in middle school?
I don't think you should.
Right? I mean,
I don't think you should.
like I shouldn't have to take that. Now I took woodworking class,
Yes.
in middle
And
school. That made sense.
yeah, absolutely.
But, and I don't know. It's just weird, dude.
You know what I found from the school system, what I got from the school system, I did have people around me who were like even my dad was like, "Hey man, you could go to school to be an engineer. You could, there's lots of opportunities out there where there's lots of money and potential and blah 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 blah, right?" But the school system had kind of convinced me that I was so bad at everything, right?
Right.
Because I hated it. I didn't want to go. I barely showed up. When I did, I mean, when I tried, I did fantastic. I did so
Right.
good on anything I actually tried at. But it was so boring, man. Everything sucked. It was the most arduous thing to have to go to a day
Yeah.
of school at that age because because of how they have it set up.
Yeah.
But so like it's crazy that like I even had people in my life who were like, "Hey man, there's lots of things out there you could be doing," but the school system had kind of convinced me to an extent that like I wasn't capable of doing anything.
Well, it's
I wasn't capable of making a living because look at my grades.
right. Well, it's because they're not orienting you with a goal.
Right, right.
They're not showing you this is why you do this. So like when I went to college and dropped out 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't because of grades.
Right,
It was because of attendance.
right,
My grades were A and B's, but my
right,
attendance were not. And they're like, well, you don't pass.
right.
And that's
That's
bullcrap for
crazy.
one.
That's
If you're getting
crazy.
your work done and you're getting the grades, what
Yeah,
mattered? What does it matter if you miss a day here and there to go work
that's
on race
crazy,
cars?
especially in a college atmosphere.
Yeah. So, but they want you to follow their rules.
Yeah. I mean,
They,
now I can kind of expect that almost from a college classroom because of all of the chat GPT.
yeah.
It can write
Well,
your
this
essays and it can.
was technical school. I mean, this was welding, machining, stuff like that.
Oh, I got you. I got you. So it was more like hands-on learning.
Yeah, so I could go in there, do
Yeah.
my work, and then leave,
Right.
or maybe not. But you know what I mean? It just
Hmm.
and when I took truck driving, there's some book learning that goes on with that before you start driving. I aced all that because I had the goal of completing the class. I understood that I needed to do this to do that.
Right. Right. Right.
So I don't think they don't teach that.
Hmm.
They don't teach that part. They don't teach that part of the understanding in school. Anyway,
No, they teach you to not fail.
Yeah, we done got way off subject.
Yeah, we have, dude. But hey, unfortunately, we got to keep it political. Let's get on to the next topic, man. Next up.
Evidently, Sleepy Joe Biden was signing everything with an auto pen. They had him sign. They set him up on an auto pen, and he was like signing a bunch of stuff that he didn't even know about, including probably all of the pardons right
Yeah.
there at the last minute.
At least the majority of his pardons, definitely on the last day, I guess. Now, the one document now I did a little bit of looking into this. They did find one document that he signed, and it was
his
it was
letter.
him backing out of
Yeah.
the 2024 race, right?
Right.
That was his actual signature. Now, I don't know if you heard about this. There are other presidents that have used AutoPen
Okay.
a lot,
Okay.
dating all the way back to Carter and Nixon. Reagan used AutoPen a lot. Clinton used AutoPen. Obama, Trump has used AutoPen.
Yeah.
Basically
Okay.
everybody.
So
Now there's certain circumstances where, so like for Trump, there's one for sure time that he used AutoPen, and it was to sign like a California wildfires bill or something like that when he was in Sacramento. Like he was actually in California or something like that.
yeah.
And so he used AutoPen to sign it in DC or
But
whatever.
if he authorizes it,
Sure.
that's one thing. But they're
Right.
saying, from what I understand, is this was used unauthorized.
Well, that's the point I'm getting to. It's not necessarily the legitimacy of using an auto pin. It's not necessarily the legality of using an auto pin. That's the problem here.
It's who's controlling it.
Who authorized the auto pin? Because we can all remember, well, I hope a lot of us remember, not that long ago when Speaker Mike Johnson was talking to Biden about the liquid natural gas bill, and Biden did not remember signing it. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Speaker Mike Johnson sitting there talking to him, asking him, like, why would you stop our exports of liquid natural gas to the EU? And Biden's like, I didn't sign that. I didn't do that. He's like, yeah, you did by executive order, dude. And it's like, oh my gosh. So who was authorizing some of this auto pin usage would be my big question.
Right.
And if it wasn't Biden, I mean, I think Biden probably authorized his son's pardon, right? They could probably back that up with some sort of evidence.
He probably said, yeah, we got to do that.
Do you think they should have to back up those other auto pins with some sort of authorization evidence, like, you know, email, writing, text, something like how do you even do that? How do you even validate some of these auto pin usages? Because I know there was one day in particular that Biden pardoned 6 criminals, I think. I mean, bad criminals, and he wasn't even in DC. So, right. You know, I think there is some stipulations as far as legalities go, as far as the president must be present. It doesn't necessarily require a wet signature, but he has to be present.
You used the industry term there.
Yeah, I did, man. Yeah.
You sound professional.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, wet signatures are a big deal. I mean, when you get into like insurance things, or even the purchasing of homes, like there's certain things that you can use DocuSign and your e-signature for, and then there's certain things you have to sign.
Well, I wonder if now I do like to add to what you all said on that. With Trump talking about this yesterday, he did say that the courts would have to decide the legality of it.
Yeah.
On the pardons. So I'm hoping that will quell a little bit of people and go, well, see, he's not doing dictator. I mean, they're going to hate whatever he does.
For sure.
It don't matter.
For sure.
But I'm glad that he's just saying we're going to let the courts look at this legality of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of it just being his opinion.
I caught a little bit of a podcast that kind of broke down some of it, and they actually asked ChatGPT if it was legal to use AutoPin on pardons. And ChatGPT basically gives you the answer that yes, it is. But, you know, it doesn't. Here's the thing. There's nothing that specifically says you have to use a wet signature on pardons, and there's nothing that says you're allowed to use AutoPin on pardons.
Right.
But
if he didn't know he was making the pardon, that's the whole thing.
Right. Again, that's where I get back to. That's what I get back to is, was he the one authorizing some of these? Because I don't think he was.
Yeah, I don't think he was either.
I don't think he was, and that's the sad fact of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We will see.
Somebody told me one time, they said, time will tell, poop will smell. I'm giving you the G-rated version, and water will take its course.
Well, all of that's true.
So we'll see.
Oh man, what's next up on the list?
I think you need to get to that reaction video.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Let me get my notes
for you to pull up there in your notes.
All right, pulling it up.
Captain Jim and his authentic 16th century pirate boat, modeled after a real one once used by the explorer Juan Cabrillo. As one writer said, when Captain Jim leaves, the Sacramento riverfront is going to be a little bit duller. This pirate ship is no mere imitation. It is fully seaworthy. It has sailed the Pacific many times from San Diego to San Francisco. Captain Jim is an accomplished seaman, a carpenter and boat builder by trade. He has spent much of his life building authentic 16th century boats like this one. But for the past 17 years, he has been anchored here, living off the meager interest from a small nest egg, picking up occasional pin money, selling handmade driftwood furniture up and down the river, eating wild fruits and berries and fish from the river.
Tonight I'm going to have a mess of crawdads and some wild asparagus and a potato and maybe a glass of wine. And that'll be my dinner. And what does it cost me? Nothing.
He lives here with a wild sparrowhawk with a hurt wing, a flock of wild pigeons, a wild Canadian goose named Chris, 6 dogs, and 2 goats.
I see God in every creature that abounds around us here.
Just 5 months from now, they're going to be breaking ground for a new multi-million-dollar marina right there with $400,000 condominiums up there. So he will head upstream to wilder country along the Feather River. And the waterfront here will never again be quite the same.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect, Chucker.
I got a kick out of that because there's so much going on there. He builds pirate ships for one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to assume, let's see, that was probably 30 years old.
Probably.
So he's probably not with us anymore.
I would.
The Sacramento River, I'm assuming that's the one in California.
I guess. I mean, if he's sailed the Pacific, San Francisco to San Diego, I mean.
But it didn't look like what you would think of when you think of the California. That looked more like an East Coast place.
It did.
But I didn't know they had crawdads out there.
I didn't either. He's got a hawk with a broke wing.
And what a Canadian goose named Chris.
A flock of pigeons.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like...
He's literally Noah out there just chilling, bro. Chilling in his pirate ship.
Dude, that would be so much fun to live in a pirate ship like that.
I love it, man. That's so much fun.
I mean,
thank you for that reaction.
Would you live in it?
Oh, for sure, dude. If I was an old guy and like, I don't know, single, my wife had passed on, whatever, whatever the situation, if I found myself all alone, what better place to live than a 16th century pirate ship?
I feel like if I was in that situation, like wife passing along, I would be this really weird dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you?
Because I already wear the same clothes all the time. Like as far as like I buy shirts, like I found a shirt that I like, so I buy a bunch of them.
Right.
So yeah, I would just be
that
that
you
guy
going crazy on like race cars and like random stuff like that though.
I don't know, man. I think I could. I've always wanted to live on a sailboat.
Oh yeah,
like
you could do that,
like full Sonny Crockett style.
Where would you go, man? Where would you go?
Nowhere.
Where would you? Nowhere.
No,
you
I'd
wouldn't have a destination.
No, I would just have it docked because I don't know how to sail.
Okay, where would you dock it?
Somewhere warm.
Year-round warm.
Year-round warm. Keys, probably.
Yeah, I was about to say Keys. Sounds like you.
Just somewhere where I can just chill.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds nice, man. That sounds nice.
Just chill. But I don't know. You ready for the meme?
I am, man. Send me over that meme. Let's wrap this joker up. Episode 188, dude.
188 is
getting
almost
closer and closer.
Let's see here. I had a meme for you.
End of the show, man.
That one's not appropriate for the show. That one, that one's not appropriate. That one's not appropriate.
Come on, Jugger.
This one's kind of. It's close, but.
All right. Pulling it up. POV, you are a sailor in the 1500s. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what do you think those guys were thinking, man?
All
when
these
they pulled up,
these tanned Indian maidens, and they have been stuck on a boat for months.
All these hotties, bro, with the face paint and the piercings, dog.
Yeah,
Man, they were probably going wild, bro.
and then the you know the officers on the ship were probably out acting all proper and stuff, but the guys that are actually doing the work,
Oh yeah, they were the ones
the
pulling them
blue
in.
collar guys, they were like, whoa.
Yeah,
Dude.
the sailors down there who were rowing and have like back muscles from like that literally that could carry anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they rowed across the Atlantic, brother.
Yeah, and so
That's the kind of triceps and backs those guys have. Like, that's insane.
oh man.
Yeah.
You ready to shout out some shout outs?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Da Vinci's Pizza, McDonough. You were stuck in traffic out there this weekend, so make sure you check out Da Vinci's Pizza. They got more than pizza.
Ember and Oak, Mobile Cigar Lounge. We got exterior restorations. I'm sitting here looking at we got Daytona 1.
Heyo.
Mickey Scott's Barbershop, Speed U, Parker Lane.
Yep.
Seat Time Code. If you need to rent a like a simulator, racing simulator for an event, get in touch with Charlie. He'll hook you up with the guy. Let's see what else. I feel like I'm missing something. Wynn's Pharmacy. I got a whole banner right here.
Dang, dude.
Let's see.
Shout them all out.
Yeah, man.
Oh, let me throw in the Eating Chambers channel before I forget.
The Eating Chambers. We've got our first race this weekend.
Hey-o.
So it is crunch time.
You racing at Sonoya, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of grumpy this week, so
it's gonna be like that, man. The stress can do that to you, dude. The stress can do that to you.
We got our first race, and then we got 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything goes right, and then next weekend I can just breathe a little bit.
That's right.
I've got jury duty starting Monday, so we will have to adjust the recording schedule probably.
Yeah, we'll make it happen, man. No worries.
We'll have to figure it out.
We will.
I don't know what that schedule is going to look like.
Dude, they're going to see you walk in, and they're going to be like, oh, we've heard him on the podcast. We cannot have him here.
Yeah.
That's the king of Captain D's.
That's King Captain D's. Yeah. I've been thinking about calling some people that I know to try to get out of it, but
I heard that. Pull a few strings, man. That's the good thing about Griffin being a small town, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I got that going. And
what would TLC tell the listeners, ma'am?
They say, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to.
Yes, sir.
And beware the odds of March.